Coaching at almost every level, whether it's high school, college, or professional, is extremely mediocre in my opinion. I do not believe these coaches at any of those three levels are giving their maximal effort in terms of gaining a strategical advantage. Now, in terms of the week to week tasks, the improving the athlete's skill level, the improving the team's cohesiveness together, I'm sure they're doing a fine job with that. My issue is the lack of innovation when you are the inferior team, when you are losing in said sporting event. The lack of innovation. In the NFL, the most glaring example, every team pretty much runs the same thing. 3 wide receivers, 1 running back, 1 tight end, 11 personnel, or on defense, nickel. Nobody is throwing, and yes, I understand they're running different plays. I understand that teams are throwing the ball when they're losing, they're running the ball when they're winning. What I mean is a radical change. When I'm going into a week and they are better at every position than me, they're 5% better at every position. Imagine you are going to race a guy 100 meters and he's 5% faster than you. Well, how can you win? You have to change the dynamics on which the race is ran. So, first thing, can we do something other than running? Can we add in a pool? Can we bike it? Can we go in the snow? You got to do something. You have to maybe try to jump the start. You have to gain some advantage in something as simple as racing because it's just a straight line. There isn't that much IQ in terms of the actual running. So if someone is better than you, now with football it's more complicated because there's a lot of different variables, but you're kind of getting the point. You have to change the paradigm in which the game is played. In basketball, if the other team is better than you everywhere, we need to change the game. We need to go into a 3-point shooting contest. We're going to shoot threes on every possession, and we're going to clog the lanes and force you to shoot threes. 3-pointers, unlike 2-pointers, have a much larger margin for error because it's a harder shot to hit. So if we get hot and you have a rough day from the 3-point line, we are focusing on something that gives us the best chance to win. Now, you can't guarantee a win. I'm not saying that anytime a team loses, it's the coach's fault, because obviously it's not. What I'm saying is improving the odds of you to win said event. And they don't do that at any level. And it doesn't make sense to me. For example, I'll give you an NFL example. The Colts are going into this NFL season with Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson at quarterback. We have seen throughout multiple seasons with both these guys, they are not great passers. But what they are both 6'4", 220 plus, and are fast. You also have Jonathan Taylor in the backfield. You also have a first-round draft pick at tight end. You have a lot of decent receivers. So, are you going to be the traditional team that throws the football 60-65% of the time? No. You cannot beat other NFL teams like the Chiefs, like the Ravens, like the Bengals, like the Bills, etc., playing that, typical style. What I would recommend, now is it going to work? I don't know. But we go from a 0% chance because you are not going to beat the Chiefs in a shootout. You're not going to beat the Chiefs in a standard NFL game. So we have to change the game. Can we implement both quarterbacks? Can we have some wildcat plays? Can we be more run-oriented? We have to do something other than just play a losing game. You have to change the game. And that is the coach's job. And I don't know why they don't do it enough. They make a few minor tweaks here and there, but they don't. They don't go all out. They don't bring an all-out blitz on defense where every single play, the Miami Dolphins, I'm a Ravens fan, as you can see. There was a Thursday night football game, and I believe it was 2019. Ravens were hot. Thursday night, Ravens were favored by 7 or 8 points. And every Dolphins actually ended up going on an 8-game run at the end of the season. But at the time, I believe they were 4-6, maybe even 3-6, and the Ravens were heavy favorites. I watched the game, excited to blow the Dolphins out. The Dolphins brought an all-out blitz, man-to-man coverage, every single play. The Dolphins were an inferior team. Lamar Jackson was hot. And the Dolphins said, we are going to play a different game. We are not going to let you run the football and get into 3rd and shorts, 4th and shorts, 2nd and shorts. We are going to go all out, and we're going to put pressure on Lamar Jackson. We're going to play a different game than you're used to. And it worked. The Dolphins ended up winning. They were the inferior team that found a way to win because they didn't play a standard game. And that's what I'm saying, is you have to change some variables. If the game is not suited to you, you have to change some variables. You cannot go in to a matchup and just lose and just be like, okay, well, we coached them. We all do the same stuff. We all call the same plays. We all have the same tendencies. and they're better than us by 8%. Okay, that's amazing. So you're going to lose almost every time.